Welcome, deep divers. Today we're plunging into a story that really makes you think, about how love changes us. It's a boys' love manhwa called The Third Ending, Love's Evolution and Emotional Growth. Our mission, like always, is to dig beneath the surface of this narrative, go past the plot points maybe you already know. We want to uncover those surprising nuggets of insight about personal growth, relationship dynamics, and, well, how love truly evolves. We want to understand what this story teaches us about moving past old hurts, confronting insecurities, basically what it actually takes to build a lasting connection. We're drawing from a fantastic analysis that really dissects its structure and character development. It kind of turns it into a rich case study.
And that's precisely what's so compelling about the third ending. It's not just romance. It's a brilliant examination of how relationships navigate um, incredibly tough waters. Because it's essentially two very distinct seasons in one story. The first season gives us the sweet, heartwarming beginnings. And the second, it throws us right into the deep end of challenging emotional growth. It offers this unique lens to explore universal questions, like how do we deal with past regrets? What happens when our motivations in love shift? And how do we face our deepest fears within a partnership? Specifically, as we unravel this story, let's keep one question right at the forefront. Can the courage to actually revisit past hurts truly forge a more resilient and authentic third ending to a relationship?
That's a powerful question, really something to hold on to as we dive in. Okay, let's start with what kicks everything off. The accidental reunion, a nightmare's catalyst. For those familiar with the third ending, you know our protagonist, Seo Yoon-sol. He's this seemingly perfect, successful office worker, a real pretty boy type. Looks like he has a charmed life. But beneath that polished exterior, he's plagued by this persistent nightmare. He keeps reliving a high school memory of rejecting another boy's love confession, a boy who'd made him cookies, of all things. And what's really intriguing, I think, is that these nightmares aren't just bad dreams. They actually coincide with this string of baffling bad luck that completely upends his easy life. It forces him into late nights, unexpected errands. It's almost like the universe is nudging him, demanding he confront something.
Like a cosmic wake-up call.
Exactly. And that's precisely what happens one night. He's searching for bread, late, stumbles into this bakery about to close, only to realize the cashier is Kang Jin, the very boy from his nightmare, now a grown man. This quiet, almost cinematic reunion really sets the stage for everything that follows.
This initial setup, it's far more than just a plot device, isn't it? From a psychological perspective, Yoon-sul's recurring nightmare, the bad luck, it immediately establishes a character who's profoundly out of sync with his past.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
clearly suppressed that painful memory for years. It's a classic psychological defense mechanism, repression. You unconsciously push away uncomfortable truths to protect your self-image, especially for someone like Yoon-sul, who seems to tie his self-worth so much to external validation, to appearing flawless.
Right, admitting he was callous back then would just shatter that whole image.
Exactly. So when his perfect life gets disrupted, his approach isn't emotional at all. It's entirely pragmatic, almost like ego-driven. He doesn't think, oh, I need to apologize. It's more, how do I fix this problem that's messing with my luck?
Okay, yeah.
So his initial plan to kind of woo June is really a calculated, almost transactional strategy. He's trying to restore his charmed existence, seeking a fix rather than genuine understanding or, connection. This tells us volumes about his starting point. It's a brilliant example of how someone might try to game emotional problems instead of truly addressing them.
It's like he's trying to fix his bad karma with charm, like a corporate raider trying to buy goodwill. You've got to admit it's an oddly relatable strategy, even if it's misguided. And it's from this, well, seemingly self-serving starting point that we see this truly remarkable transformation start to unfold. That brings us to Season 1. The sweet beginning, from selfishness to sincere affection, which covers chapters 1 through 35. The tone here is just wonderfully lighthearted, a classic rom-com feel, lots of those awkward, endearing moments.
Very different from what comes later.
Totally. Yoon-sul's initial scheme is exactly what you described. Get closer to June, present a better version of himself, stop the bad luck. Purely selfish. Yet, here's the magic of the story, right? Despite these transactional beginnings, as Yoon-sul actually gets to know June, this quiet, introverted baker, that calculated pursuit slowly but surely blossoms into genuine affection. He's not just charming June, he's actually connecting with him. For real.
Yeah, you really see that shift happen.
We see it through so many sweet, slow burn moments. Their adorable day-long date, their drunken night at Yoon-sul's home, which is just full of unexpected tenderness. It all leads up to the climax of the season. Yoon-sul's heartfelt confession. He's vulnerable. He admits his superficial initial reasons, but emphasizes his now real feelings. They become an official couple, and yeah, for many readers, it felt like the perfect, satisfying rom-com ending.
That moment is absolutely key. It's where we truly witness Yoon-sul's significant psychological growth. It connects directly to that idea of love's evolution we talked about. His motivation fundamentally shifts.
Right.
From self-interest to genuine affection, that's a profound transformation in emotional maturity.
It really is.
It highlights a powerful psychological truth. Even the most self-serving intentions can, through sustained, authentic engagement, transform into something real. It's a testament to how proximity and empathy can actually rewire our motivations, shifting from external fixes to intrinsic heartfelt connection.
That makes sense.
So his confession at the end of season 1, it's his emotional makeup for that past callousness. It's not just him saying, I love you, but it's an earnest apology, a real commitment.
Yeah.
It solidifies their relationship. This act of vulnerability, of sincerity, it's crucial. It allows their love to move forward. It establishes a foundation that, yeah, while initially built on a kind of selfish premise, becomes solidified by honesty and a willingness to acknowledge past wrongs. This is where their love truly begins to deepen beyond just the surface stuff.
But then, just when you think it's all sunshine and roses, the story takes this sharp turn. Enter Season 2, the darker turn navigating possessiveness and insecurity, covering chapters 36 to 68. The tone shifts dramatically. From rom-com fluff to a much more mature, angsty relationship drama.
Yeah, it gets heavy.
Right. After becoming official and moving in together, that new intimacy brings out a totally different side of June. His deep-seated insecurities and possessive tendencies start bubbling up. This isn't quite the sweet, quiet baker we knew from season 1. His behavior is clearly driven by past trauma, especially that initial rejection from Yoon-sul and this profound fear of abandonment.
The past haunting the present.
Exactly. We see it so acutely when Yoon-sul has even, innocent contact with an ex-lover. Jun's insecurities are instantly triggered. He becomes withdrawn, mistrustful, and, yeah, quite passive-aggressive.
That passive aggression is a big part of it.
It really is. And this dynamic, understandably, creates immense emotional challenges for Yoon-sul. He's navigating Jun's deeply rooted trust issues, and it seriously tests his patience, his devotion. For many readers, this made the relationship feel less cute, more genuinely stressful. It highlights the stark reality of how past wounds can complicate even the strongest affections.
What's absolutely fascinating here is how Jun's psychology unfolds. He fits that beautiful crybaby archetype, maybe. But his struggle to communicate his feelings is critical. He often bottles up his anxieties, which inevitably leads to those passive-aggressive behaviors and that internal resentment fueling the harder parts of their dynamic.
Yeah, he just shuts down sometimes.
Exactly. His possessiveness isn't really malice, though. It feels more like a desperate, almost primal attempt to control his environment, to prevent another painful rejection. Think of it like someone who meticulously organizes their life after experiencing chaos. It's not about controlling others, but from a profound fear of losing stability again. It's a defense mechanism born from deep hurt.
That's a really insightful way to put it.
Yet we also see Yoon-sul's continued growth here. He demonstrates incredibly high emotional intelligence, I think. Instead of reacting with anger, which would be understandable, he consistently chooses patience. He works diligently to understand Jun's perspective, trying to get past that emotional wall.
He really hangs in there.
He does. And this highlights a crucial aspect of what we might call unconditional love, which isn't just passive acceptance, right? It's an active commitment to a partner's well-being and growth, even when they're being difficult.
Oh.
It's about seeing beyond the behavior to the underlying hurt and consistently offering support without demanding immediate change in return.
Wow.
This prolonged period of fighting and angst, it truly represents an emotional crisis for the couple. It feels like that classic third-act breakup of their happiness, where the initial appeal of their relationship becomes really strained for many readers. And this raises a crucial question for all of us, I think. Is Yoon-sul's nurturing role enabling Jun's insecurities? Or is it a patient act of profound love that ultimately helps Jun heal? For listeners who might be in similar situations, what's a practical signpost for when support might be veering into, perpetuating unhealthy patterns versus genuinely fostering growth? It's a delicate, important balance the manhwa explores so well.
You really hit on a crucial distinction there, support versus enablement. It makes us look really closely at our characters, which brings us to our character deep dive, growth and vulnerability. First, let's revisit Seo Yoon-sul, the pragmatist's transformation. Remember, he started as pragmatic, self-serving, dependent on that external validation, the pretty boy image.
Very image conscious.
But his growth is truly remarkable. He transforms from someone pursuing Jun for purely selfish reasons to this devoted, doting, and incredibly self-aware partner who genuinely works for their relationship. His journey and his kind of endearing self-awareness about his own flaws actually provides so many of the story's unexpected comedic moments. It's hard not to root for him as he sheds those earlier superficial layers.
Definitely. His humor becomes part of his charm in a real way.
Then we have Kang Jin, the insecure heart. From the outset, he's this introverted, vulnerable baker, but underneath that quiet exterior are these deep-seated emotional struggles. His past trauma especially, that initial rejection, and his profound fear of abandonment are the driving forces behind his possessive and jealous behavior.
Yeah, it all stems from that core wound.
Right, and he tends towards emotional suppression, isolation. He seems content with only Yoon-sul and a small group of work friends. It's a very contained world, driven by his vulnerabilities.
Yoon-sul's arc beautifully illustrates that journey of self-worth we touched on. He moves away from relying solely on external validation, his popularity, his career, looking good, to finding genuine fulfillment in a meaningful, intimate relationship. This is a powerful psychological shift. It demonstrates how true self-worth can be cultivated internally through authentic connection, rather than being dependent on outward appearances or achievements.
That's a great point. He finds value in the relationship itself.
Exactly. And for June, despite his profound vulnerabilities, what's equally clear is his emergent resilience. He is absolutely capable of growth. With Yoon-sul's patient, unwavering support, June slowly begins to confront his insecurities. He works towards healthier ways of relating. The side stories, which I know many fans found so satisfying.
Oh yeah, they were crucial.
Right. They often depict him in a much better, more emotionally stable place. It shows that healing isn't some instant fix, but a sustained process of emotional labor and mutual effort. It takes time and work. And this brings us to a key relationship dynamic, that cycle of validation. June's deep insecurity creates this constant, almost insatiable demand for reassurance. Yoon-sul initially, he struggles to provide this effectively. He doesn't quite get it.
Right, he tries, but maybe misses the mark sometimes.
Precisely. But as Yoon-sul matures, he gains a much deeper understanding of June's specific needs. He learns how to provide reassurance in a way that truly resonates with June's vulnerabilities. He gets better at it. The manhwa shows how this cycle, needing, giving validation, gradually becomes more balanced. It moves from being a source of conflict to actually becoming a foundation for deeper connection.
All of this character work, all this emotional labor, it culminates in what the story is titled, the third ending, finding resolution and lasting love. What's so compelling is that the ultimate resolution doesn't come from some big external event or plot twist. It's entirely derived from the internal work both characters put in, a real testament to personal and relational resilience.
Yeah, it feels earned.
Totally. Jun, after this long, really arduous journey, eventually confronts and processes his past trauma. This allows him to develop a much healthier way of relating to Yoon-sul, moving past that intense possessiveness. And Yoon-sul's unwavering devotion, his incredible patience, it's just crucial here. He's the anchor that allows Yoon to overcome his jealousy and truly solidify their bond. The reader's satisfaction with those side stories speaks volumes, doesn't it? Like, what specific shifts in their dynamic in those epilogues genuinely confirm that this third ending is truly earned and lasting?
Oh, you're absolutely right. The side stories are incredibly important. They provide a glimpse into the results of all their hard work. We see June not just suppressing his insecurities, but actively managing them. He even starts initiating open communication sometimes, something he struggled with so profoundly earlier.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's huge for him.
It is. And Yoon-sul, in turn, has moved past simply being patient. He truly understands and anticipates June's needs now. He offers reassurance proactively before things even escalate. These aren't minor changes. They represent a fundamental repatterning of their relational habits. Built on trust and genuine vulnerability, it proves their third ending is truly a sustainable one, not just a temporary truce.
That makes perfect sense.
So if we bring it all together, the title, The Third Ending, is incredibly poignant. It signifies that they chose a third and final path, one of genuine emotional connection and profound healing. They move beyond the initial rejection. That's the first ending, right?
Yeah.
And certainly beyond the tumultuous conflict of season 2, maybe the second ending. This third ending is one they actively built, consciously choosing growth over just, well, comfort or avoidance. The manhwa beautifully synthesizes several core themes. The powerful evolution of love, from initial, even selfish, attraction to a mature, resilient partnership. The profound complexities of possessiveness and insecurity, meticulously traced back to past hurt. And a nuanced look at what truly constitutes a healthy relationship, demonstrated through the characters' immense efforts and eventual resolution. It's a powerful reminder that love isn't just a feeling, it's a constant act of growth and conscious choice.
What an incredible deep dive, seriously. We've journeyed through the third ending, from its lighthearted, almost comical beginnings, to its deeper emotional complexities, and finally, to its hard-won resolution. We've gained such a deep understanding, I think, of how motivations in love evolve, how challenging it can be to navigate insecurity, and the immense power of patience and open communication in a relationship. It's a truly profound narrative.
And ultimately, the third ending asks you, our listener, to consider something. How much internal work are you willing to do both individually and maybe as a couple to truly achieve a third ending? A lasting, genuinely healthy partnership, especially when you're faced with the echoes of past hurts and personal insecurities. Can true love only blossom after confronting and actually healing those old wounds?
That's a truly powerful thought to leave you with. Definitely something we can all reflect on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. If you enjoyed this conversation, please remember to subscribe, like, maybe leave your opinions in the comment section below. We'd love to hear them. And don't forget to check out our other deep dives for more insights into the stories that make us think.